Gary, you've written this book, The Speech, the story behind Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. How was that speech received internationally? What did it mean around the world?
Well, I think to know, first of all, is that the speech comes at this great technological moment where, within about a year of it being given, things could be beamed and broadcast around the world. And so it was a global speech, very much. It comes in a year when something like 16 or 17 African countries and Asian countries gain their independence, from Sierra Leone to Jamaica and beyond. And so it speaks very urgently to a moment when the broad African diaspora is is looking for the vote and is looking for full citizenship, whether it's in America or Africa. And also, it comes in the height of the Cold War. It's just 2 years after the Cuban Missile Crisis. On the day of the speech, Kennedy is having meetings about what to do about Vietnam. And so Dean Rusk that year, the Secretary of State, the U.S. Secretary of State, says, our enemies are gleeful, our friends are embarrassed by the civil rights movement. And so the speech also arrives in this moment as both a patriotic speech, it's a dream rooted in the American dream, and an indictment of American racism. So it doesn't give the Soviets everything they want, but it does force Kennedy to address this issue as a global issue. And it's understood as a global speech. I was interviewing a Roma, sometimes people call them gypsies, in the Czech Republic. We were about halfway through a bottle of vodka, and the man said, we need our own dream. We need our Martin Luther King and our dream. That's a Roma in the Czech Republic.
That's incredible.
I learned about this speech as a 12-year-old boy in Stevenage in Hertfordshire, 30 miles north of London. My parents came from Barbados. So that wasn't the first time that I'd heard the speech. I grew up with this speech. So it's very much it's very much a global speech because it spoke universally to a moment in world history. So it was very timely. And it's also timeless. That speech works as well for the Roma in the Czech Republic or the Shia in Bahrain now as it did for African Americans then.